Your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. Why not use a realtor that have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, and an employee assistance program or bonus programs. The career day with great team culture, Gaina Trucking. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jay Orenson.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. As you can tell, not Jake Sorensen today. Nick Sainert joining in, filling in for Jake, who is out of town. He says till Sunday. I say until Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I would assume he says he's going to come for the morning show on Monday. I just don't know if that's a good idea. You know, why should we kill the party before we have to? And so Jake is out. As always, Steve Sipple, Bill Bush. Gentlemen, good morning.
Well, the show's never started in more disarray. Never has.
Should we run through this morning?
And just thank God for Bella. That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Thank you,
So
Bella.
at 5:30 in the morning, it's bumper to bumper traffic on 48. And we get here, and all of a sudden there's just mayhem going on. There's people swinging their arms.
There's no mayhem.
And
It was mayhem.
we have no coffee because Jake Sorensen tried to sabotage the show, and
He did.
and he hid all of the coffee filters.
So
Bella had to go across 48th to Target.
Yeah,
right?
Super Saver.
Super Saver.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Target would have worked.
she had to run across there. It was unbelievable.
In traffic.
In traffic.
Yeah,
bumper
it was
to bumper.
like Frogger.
Yes.
Like
So
she made it.
like
What's-
Frogger.
Frogger.
What's crazy? So I get here
Good job, Bella.
5:35 this morning. Bella walks in directly behind me, and I go, "Oh no, Bella!" I shout from the back room, "Oh no, Bella! We have a problem. We have no coffee filters."
Jake hit him.
And one of my main responsibilities when I fill in for Sorensen is to make sure that coffee is ready by 5:45.
You don't want Bill.
Not because Sip needs it, because Sip gets his own coffee without even asking us
Let's
if
not
we
talk
need
about
any.
that.
But for Bill, you need coffee.
Sensitive subject.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill needs coffee.
And so
That-
he walked in, and I saw him. He made a beeline back for that back
Oh,
office.
he does.
And I go, Bill, whoa. Wait, we've had an issue, but don't worry. We have it under control.
Bella Frogger was going.
Complete disarray.
But this can be funny. Jake's going to text in pretty soon, tell us where they're at.
And then Nick, I don't know if you noticed, he started the show 16 seconds early.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm getting a coffee. I got to go, okay, I've got time. I've got 30 seconds. All of a sudden, good morning. I'm like, whoa. We're too early.
Lincoln is completely thrown off his axis.
Well,
right
and
now.
it's funny. Sanderson texts in and says this is earlier than normal.
Yes.
Thank you, Sanderson, with the nice hair. Thank you.
Yeah. Sanderson.
Threw
I was just excited to start the day.
It throws Lincoln off a little bit.
Really?
Just a little bit.
By 16 seconds.
It's off its axis.
I think we're in the 30s. I think in the seconds.
We looked at it. Sip and I looked at it, and it said 5:59:44.
But we're usually more at the 6:01. We're a 6:01.
Well, you could argue that Jake usually starts the show pretty late.
No. Could be
behind schedule. You know, I live by the old adage of early is on time is late, and late is just plain unacceptable.
Yes, thank you.
Listen to that adage.
That is right
Hit
there.
that again.
Yeah.
Hey, Lincoln, get ready.
Early is on time is late, and late is just plain unacceptable.
This is old school Nick.
You know what that is? That's Lincoln pious education.
I suppose so.
Would you add that? That's pious.
It also is working seasonal at Shields. That's what they say.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
When I was a young 14-year-old boy, and worked seasonal at Shields during Black Friday.
What were you working?
I used to be a gun runner.
Really?
Yep. Back from the guns, you could answer the phone. Answering the phone was nice because you got 25 cents extra an hour.
Really?
If you answered the phones.
Who gets to what's it take to run the Ferris wheel?
Oh, I don't know. New Shields wasn't open when I was when I was at that age.
You were a gun runner.
I was a gun runner.
I see it. I can see him.
Yeah,
that sounds illegal.
Running it down from the from upstairs down the escalator because you can't let the.
Did you load the gun? Was it like a loaded gun?
No,
that didn't sound safe.
I would sell any ammunition.
Did you ever have to cross state lines?
Yeah, no, never. Didn't have to worry about that one. Didn't have to worry about that at all.
All right. So it's not federal.
No, it's not federal.
Inside joke.
Crossing state lines is the best. Back when you came back from Missouri with the
fireworks.
Oh yeah, you're driving like, oh god, oh, this could go down.
Cross state lines.
Cross state lines. Fireworks.
People still do that.
I think now you can get artillery shells and stuff in state. So that makes a big difference.
I know bottle rockets are still illegal in Nebraska.
464-5685. What's legal and what's not in the fireworks world?
That would be nice to know. But it is. That was a big mind. Where are you guys going? Missouri. Why? Don't ask. Just don't ask. They were just
can't talk for the next 3 hours.
You could say I'm going to get fireworks.
Nondescript clothes. No, is that cool, man? Everybody act cool. Yeah, act cool.
Well, good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Nick. You're filling in.
I am.
And you seem chipper.
I woke up surprisingly
chipper
well today.
Did your girlfriend like the Chinese?
She did. I surprised my girlfriend with dinner last night. My girlfriend lives in Omaha. She's about to graduate from nursing school in about 3 weeks.
Oh, nice. So intense time.
Yeah, so very stressful time.
Yes.
Went and I was at the Ashland exit heading towards Omaha, and I had called Taipei. It's a restaurant, 168th and Harrison area.
Okay, you're in West Omaha.
West Omaha. And I called for takeout, and I showed up to her place, and I was like, "Hey, let's have dinner."
Yeah.
And that was it. And then about 3 minutes after I got off the phone with Taipei, I get a FaceTime from SIP while I'm on the interstate.
Nice. FaceTime.
And then I called him back. And I go, why can't kids anymore these days just pick up the phone and call somebody? Why is it always got to be FaceTime?
Yeah. What's the deal there?
It was an accident, but I think this qualifies as idle chit chat right now.
Absolutely. Shout out to Newton's Lawn Care. Call today for a free quote for a 2023 lawn fertilizer program at 402-440-6297. Idle chit chat. I also am under the assumption that we have music for idle chit chat.
Their sports takes are great,
generally speaking,
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if that you want to talk about that on the radio.
Hey, you just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Care.
So once again, that phone number for Newton's Lawn Care, 402-440-6297. Gentlemen, sounds like the only thing that's illegal in Nebraska are the sky lanterns.
Ooh, not sure what those are.
So it's basically the big, it's not
floating ball of fire.
Exactly.
It's a floating ball of fire.
Yeah. It's like a hot air balloon that you just like let go and it just lights up.
That should be illegal.
Yeah. So, but I guess bottle rockets are back.
That, there was a drought a few summers ago when I had, this was quite seen at 34th and Vine. It was a drought, and somehow the grandkids were younger. I mean, they were all pretty young, and we were jacking around in front of the house like you do, and all of a sudden I saw the bushes at Hartley Elementary go up in flames. They're flames. Now we're in flame. We're in flame territory now. Yeah. Okay. Now I got grandkids standing out there. I'm the adult, and it's go time. I pulled the hose over there as fast as I could, and extinguish the flames. But it was one of the scarier moments of my
So
life.
you saved education.
Because I've pictured the whole row going up, but it was just one batch of it that went up before I corralled it.
It's funny that you say that. I lit a tree on fire in one of my uncle's backyards. Thankfully, they lived out in the country, but it was like this stump that we thought was dead, and because he had cut down the tree, it kind of rotten away a little bit, and so just for fun, I threw a couple smoke balls in there.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. I'm not down on that.
Right. It's a trunk. Yeah. It's a trunk. I thought, man, it's gonna be pretty cool when that smoke comes out of there, out of the top.
Interesting.
And it ended up being on fire. And so we had to get the hose.
Extremely dry.
But it worked out because I used to want to be a firefighter. So I wanted to grab the hose. I was like, this is my dream.
This is my chance.
This is my chance. Yeah. Didn't have any of the protective clothing, but I did my job.
Did you ever go across state lines?
No. I did not.
Gun runner?
No, I did not.
I was telling
you. There's a side of you, I guess we didn't know.
That's a nervous time. Like you didn't even talk.
You put that out of your head, haven't you?
My family didn't even know.
You're a gun runner.
I guess I was.
We don't need to talk about that side of you. Okay.
No. I'm not sure the folks here at the ticket know. My employers know about my days as a gun runner.
Do I need to call DP?
No, it's okay. All right. So once again, this has been Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Let's just put a bow on that.
Okay.
Because I'm excited to get into these conversations.
Okay. We're gonna have some sports talk.
We are.
Sports talk.
Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Sip and Bill, when it comes to Nebraska football, what is one thing that folks aren't talking about enough?
Or a few things.
What are some things that people aren't talking about enough that you feel like when it comes to Nebraska football and you're one of Matt?
It's an interesting question to me because we talk about football year round here. In the summer months, we talk about everything. But I feel like a lot of the conversation. Oh, and by the way, we have to give credit to another radio station, Josh Peterson, for this. Josh and Jack Mitchell, our friends, because they asked me this question yesterday, and that's where I got this idea. I thought it was a very good question. We talk a lot about Nebraska football around here, but we talk more about it in a big picture sense, right? A lot of it's Matt Rule. What's Matt Rule doing? What's the Big Ten schedule? What's the how much they're going to expand the stadium? Is Nebraska ever going to win 10 games again? It's always those. We don't talk about personnel very much anymore, it seems like. Am I wrong, Nick?
No, I mean, you're right. I think during the specific dates we talk personnel, during when transfer portal opens up, when we have entries or departures. I think when we also have recruiting classes come in on signing day, maybe we talk about personnel in depth.
I'll give you an example of what we're not talking about. Bill could weigh in on this. We never ask anybody. We never ask. I didn't. I don't think anybody has. Nobody asks about Marquise Buford and his injury. It's a critical player. What's that say?
First thing I wrote down was health. Buford, Nick Heinrichs, Luke Reimer, Ty Robinson.
Yeah.
Health.
Thank you, Bill.
Health of the team. That was the first thing I wrote down, was that you don't hear it discussed enough. It's like, Nick had the knee injury Purdue game. So you're a couple months into this season when that happened. Basically, that's an October game. I believe it was October game. So anyway, so in essence, how long does it take to get back? We all have a general time frame, but Buford was after that with also a knee injury. Those were two substantial players. So and sometimes it's easy to say, yeah, it'll be fine. It's fine.
Right.
And it's like, okay, what how fine are they? Is everything going the right tempo? There's no doubt that there's zero concern with the training staff doing a perfect job. They are. And that those guys that are injured are also doing all their rehab above and beyond. But some things just take time. Some injuries just take time. It's not like I just out rehabbed it. That's impossible. I have a high ankle sprain. It's okay. I'll be in the training room twice a day. I'll be fine. Nope, it's going to take a while.
Yep.
So that's what you just said right there. And then those guys were, and then I said I had Ty on there.
Ty Robinson.
Luke practiced this spring, but he didn't play the end of the season. And he's had some injuries. So how healthy is the team would be a question you would ask to be able to know. And no one's really going to fire back on you too hard.
No. With
probably the exact answer. Well, struggling. I don't know if he's going to be, that usually very positive information coming back to everyone there. You're just going to be, he's on track. is usually what you're going to get for a comment. You're going to get on track comment. But that's an interesting part. So that's the first thing I wrote down was health.
That's good. And Buford in particular, it seems like, Nick, maybe I'm wrong. It just seems like nobody asked about him. And now when we were in Texas, we had carte blanche to Rule, and we asked about Gilbert, his status, Reek Gilbert, the Georgia transfer tight end. They just filed the waiver like a month ago, so they're waiting. They just filed it. And we asked about Xavier Betts' status, but I'm talking about me right now. We're talking about ourselves. We didn't ask. I wish I would have said to him, "Hey, how's Buford doing?" And Nick.
There could be one.
Yeah.
But those guys, just because I personally know them, they're such a big piece just of the mojo of the team because they are leaders, workers. They're if they say three things all day, it's coach me, coach. I mean, that's what they want. Hey, coach me. I'll do better. I'll play harder. I'll be first in meetings. I'll do everything. Oh, plus they're really talented.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to that. And make sure that the listeners and everyone understands it. In no way do we think that things are not going well.
No.
This is just,
I don't know.
It's just a question you just, like you said, has not been brought up very much.
Nick, what do you have any?
I did, but I want to mention one thing, because one thing I did, I looked at position group wise.
Yes.
I felt like the easy way to go, but I got two things actually. But first, to kind of piggyback off of Luke and Nick, you look at that linebacker room and you lose Ernest Hausman, and then you have a lot of new guys. MJ Sherman from Georgia, the transfer from Georgia, but then it's new guys, right? Chief Borders, you're expecting him to potentially play a part. Jamari Butler, who entered the portal, then came out of the portal and returned to Nebraska. And then after that, it's a mix of Garrett Snodgrass, Mekhi Gabayer, Randolph Kapai, and Kane Williams. Like that's where you're at outside of the three true freshmen that you brought in. And so you talk about depth, even on that defense and with linebackers of proven talent. And that could even be a conversation of how much proven talent is there on this team, really, from top to bottom.
Proven talent.
Yes. And one position group I looked at that I'm intrigued by, defensive line.
Okay.
So you lose Stephon Wynn, you graduate Colton Feast as well. However, you have Ty Robinson and Nash Hutmacher coming back, who don't forget, Robinson had 24 tackles last year. Nash had 15.
Okay.
And it was his first 15 because he played all the games 2 years ago, just didn't record a tackle. But then last year has 15 total tackles in 2022. I'm intrigued by Cameron Lenhart, the true freshman from IMG Academy. I really like Cameron Lenhart. I thought that was a huge and somewhat underrated commitment and signee in the class, because you look at it on paper, it's a 4-star, it's from IMG. But you think back to his recruitment, that was one that the previous staff was in on, and he ends up committing to Nebraska or wanting to commit, and then waits a little bit longer, and Matt Rule and company is still able to solidify his commitment.
Yes. So you are the D line. I guess what I was getting at too is that we just don't we don't talk about personnel as much maybe as we used to. I don't know why.
I think early on it was heavily discussed because when it was during the recruiting season, things were coming in, information, who's new, who's in, who's out. There's all the conversation of the scholarship numbers. But since that time of from maybe 3/4 of the way through spring till now, I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
There just hasn't been much. And then again, the injury people have not been. That's always a concern of where they're at and able to go.
Yeah.
Another thing I thought about just this morning while I was driving into the studio, the schedule.
Yes.
The schedule is something that, and I hate doing the schedule talk, but if cupboards aren't bare, we always use that cliche. That I didn't believe
bare.
That they were bare.
No, they're not.
And so you look
they're not bare.
You look at who Mike Riley had to face in year one, and you look at who Scott Frost had to face in year one, and you think, and then you look at who Matt Rule has to face in year one. It's easy. You stay away from the juggernauts of the Big Ten. Obviously, Michigan comes to Lincoln this year. But you don't have to go to Ohio State.
Yeah.
You don't. Mike Riley had to go to Miami.
Yeah.
And there's
a good point.
I mean, this is it's a different situation. And I know later in the show, I don't want to, give away our plan, but later in the show, we're going to be talking about, schedule is something that could come up, and you got to get off the ground and running.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something, it's not just a matter of how many games do you win. It's what is it? What's the process look like?
It does. Now, one thing that does get discussed a lot is the importance of the Minnesota game. So it does.
Well, we've said that every single year. It's the importance of the road game at Illinois, the one in Ireland against Northwestern. You got to get off the ground running.
Yeah.
And for the last X amount of years, you haven't been able to.
No, you're right. You're right. As far as players that don't, well, it's another injury. It's another injury discussion. We don't. It seems like Teddy gets forgotten a little bit.
Maybe that'd be one. That'd be another factor.
Absolutely.
Teddy Prohaska. And the importance of Teddy Prohaska. It seems like we just don't, because he's been away for a while, because he's missed so many games. I was over there on Sunday at a camp, and there was Teddy. I was like, oh yeah, Teddy Prohaska. Yeah. He's pretty important, and there he is. Prohaska could be your starting left tackle. Fairly important when you have a right-handed quarterback that's got to throw a lot. They're banking on to complete balls downfield. Teddy looks fine, but again, we don't know, and we'll know more, Nick, and I don't know the dates. You might know them off the top of your head at Big Ten Media Days. That's when the head coach you can get a little bit more into the weeds, I would say, with the head coach. That'll be in late July.
Yeah, July 26th to the 27th. Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, so we'll know a little bit more.
And you'll be there live.
Yeah, I think.
Nick, are you going?
I'm not.
Yeah, we'll have to decide what to do with you, Bill. I think Jake will go.
What are we gonna do with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Jake. I think Jake went last year.
Yeah, Jake's gone every year.
Yeah, Jake went last year. We were in porn.
He's driving.
He's driving the van. He's driving the van. Driving the van. Got to set up all the equipment.
Yes,
Jake.
set the equipment up like
Jake.
that.
Jake.
And then maybe let us know where the coffee filters are.
Was it mayhem in
one
here?
of the greatest?
It was not mayhem.
Was it mayhem?
It was to me.
Bella
lost her life.
Bella
so
and I had
important.
it under control.
It was under control, but luckily we had a track star. That's
true.
where
She runs sprints.
She runs sprints.
She's a sprinter.
She's a sprinter.
Oh,
Bella is a sprinter.
Yes.
All right.
World class.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
We should think of more things she can do with her sprinting ability. It might involve errands.
Because you run over and
if you run out
by foot,
you run out of McCaffrey,
and we'll time you. You know what we could do, Bella? When we do the time trial on the mini bike over in Five Below, we'll have you run it.
You run it.
You run it, and we'll time you. We'll go. That'd be awesome.
You'll be a foot.
Yes.
We'll be on a bike.
With a drone.
Okay, here's a question.
Drone.
What is it?
Over under 4.5 minutes it takes her to run to McDonald's and back.
Okay.
Hold on. McDonald's
48th, right down the road.
4.5 minutes.
Well, just there and back.
To get a small coffee.
No.
Well,
it depends on the work.
Yeah, the work. Let's just say that when she runs in the door, they're waiting there with no one there, and she has the
just
correct
grab and go.
Just grab and go.
4.5?
Under.
Okay.
Under.
Really?
Oh yeah,
she's got to carry something.
I know. It's got to be stable.
Bella. I don't care. Bella's an elite athlete. I just no. Bella, I'm banking on you.
It's further than.
If it's further than
400 meters counter, she can't do that.
Bella.
I don't know how far McDonald's is. It's go run and let us know.
I'll tell you what it is, Bella. It's like training. You got to run 400 meters, pause, then run 400 again. So it's not one big loop. So yeah, you're in. Yeah, we put the pin down.
This is the coach. This is the coach speaking.
Yes.
I was in 6th grade when I thought, I'm going to go try out track and field, or I want to do shot put. As the baseball player, I'm like, I can throw something.
I get that.
So I wanted to play shot put, or I wanted to throw shot put.
I can see explosive.
So anyway, I show up to the practice. They're like, all right, guys, we need to warm up. We need to run 2 miles. And I turned around. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, come pick me up. I was like, I didn't come. I didn't show up to run.
Called your mom.
I didn't show up to run. Well, I was in 6th grade. I can't just drive.
I just see this kid standing there on the side, just waiting for his mom to pick him up
with a drawstring bag. With a drawstring.
It's an incredible story.
I'm questioning.
You're out.
I go. I didn't come to run. I thought I could just show up and just they give me a shot put, and I'm
going to say right now, a 2-mile warm-up run for a 6th grader, that's a lot for a shot put. That tells you the coach was not real prepared for what was going to get done.
I was just going to say, the coach knows that takes about 20 minutes for all those little 6th graders to run 2 miles, and he knew that, hey, I can get rid of half the practice, a third of the practice right here with the 2-mile warm-up.
It does seem a little obtuse to me.
Yes.
I know.
That's a lot.
But yeah, so I thought I didn't show up to run. I didn't come want to do this.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude you want right there.
Well, it's 6th grade.
Things are a little tough bailout. That always seems to lead to a lot of success.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Verging away from that discussion, that football says, Bill sent, did you see what Bill sent in the group text?
Which one?
That schedule.
Yeah. It's unreal.
Hey, let's just do a quick hard transition here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Texas and Oklahoma schedules for Bill.
So as we talk, this will be 2024.
Okay, this will be 2024. And look at Oklahoma's in particular. So we're in this new world now, right? Yeah. We're in this new world where there's these super conferences are now, and I would say they're early stages.
I would say this. Everyone you can't wait for the season to start. We're within 75 days or something. The season's a big deal. This is the only time I can remember where everyone is locked into the next year. I mean, think about it. We couldn't wait to see what the Nebraska schedule was for 24-25.
Good point.
And then also with the SEC is huge. And then so just read off who Oklahoma and Texas
Thank you for this.
In 24.
Yeah, 2024. This is Oklahoma in the SEC.
I sent this in the group text.
Yeah, this is.
I mean,
it helps illustrate this new world we're in, and there's all kinds of ramifications with this discussion. Oklahoma's home games in 2024 versus Texas and Dallas. Okay, counts as a home game, we'll say. Alabama going to Norman. Tennessee going to Norman. South Carolina going to Norman. Oklahoma on their away games. It's away games. At LSU, at Auburn, at Ole Miss, and at Missouri. Oh my God! See, the thing I thought about immediately is, are we gonna kind of cool it on coaches a little bit now? I mean, if you go 7-5, or is it automatically a death knell now with that kind of schedule? It shouldn't be. Are we gonna adjust our mindsets a little bit?
And also, did you notice that there is no 25 on there? Because the anticipation is they're going to go to 9 in 25.
Okay.
So imagine just adding on one more team. Oh, by the way, you got Ole Miss. Imagine. Can you imagine
or
that?
you're going to Mississippi State.
Yeah, going to Mississippi
Georgia
State.
at home.
Yeah. It's like,
this is getting crazy.
Yeah. Can you imagine that if you looked at that and that was your schedule? Imagine if just
I can imagine because Nebraska's in that world now. And I said it on another show, so I better say it on this one. There's no.
You're on multiple shows. I just do one show. That's when you know you're a star. When you're like, well, I was on my third show, and I was doing a podcast, and then
I can't remember. I said I was second or third show.
Stop it.
But he name dropped on that, didn't he? He name dropped the crap out of that. Well, I got. Everyone's calling. They keep saying, "Sip, build your brand, man. Build your brand."
I don't have a brand.
Yeah, you do too.
I do not have a brand. I'm not Kellogg's. All right, now hold on. I think what we're going to see, from what I hear, it's not on paper. It's not on paper, Nick. You can't do a Freedom of Information Act request on this.
Oh, shoot.
But Nebraska's schedules, and what I'm hearing is 2026, and 2027 are like 2025. I mean, they're in. It's going to be, there's going to be rugged waters. But Oklahoma's in it. Everybody else is in it too. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, everybody.
It's not just Nebraska. It's not just Nebraska's problem. Look at Oklahoma's situation. You think they're going to win 11?
Are
they going to win 11 with that schedule? Lincoln Riley got out.
I
mean, you're going to pump 12.
He's slapping his leg right now.
You're going to. Well, he's in
a heater too.
Yeah, he's in a heater too. Not quite
that heater. No. And just remember, wait till they add one more. Because when you looked at that schedule, they kind of threw Missouri there. Okay, just take Missouri like that. And Missouri's, guess what? They'll be a competitive team, not a bad team. And then, but whoever else they pick up, it's going to be like another one. Like, can we even win that one?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you talk about Lincoln Riley leaving for USC, trying to get out of the SEC. Mm-hmm. He faces LSU in the first game of the 2024 season.
Okay.
So it's LSU, USC. I don't know if you guys saw this also in the SEC scheduling.
What?
The cakewalk schedule of 2023 for Georgia. Not necessarily the case in 2024
Okay.
for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, run that by us.
They will have Auburn, Tennessee, and Mississippi State at home. Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing too special there.
It's not easy.
They have to travel to Texas, Alabama, and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
As well as Kentucky.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
And then they play Florida and Clemson at neutral site games.
That's pretty good. Yeah, don't get on them too hard. Hey, Georgia. No, that's pretty real.
Neutral site against Florida and Clemson, on the road against Texas, Alabama, Ole Miss.
I'm not down on the SEC. We obviously we had T-Bob on. What a great name. Let's get T-Bob on. Was that not incredible?
It was
incredible. I'm from a corrupt state. We do a lot of things wrong. Our health system and
our education system
sucks. But
we're happy.
But we'll give you a warm hug. We have hospitality at tailgates. That's what we do. That was his main selling point. And he was so upset about. They said it should be a 9 game. Well, if it's not 9, but you are LSU and you're playing USC, or Georgia's playing Clemson, I'm like, I'm on board then. Then the other fact of like, okay, yes, the other team, a Big Ten team, like a Michigan, 9 conference games, but 3 games you just like, oh. And like I said, as a fan, if I'm paying that money and I'm going to the big house, I mean, is that interesting? I mean, you're sitting there right now, you're really thinking, hey, because I think Michigan goes to Penn State. So if you're a Michigan fan next year, there's one game you're looking forward to. What is it?
Ohio State.
At the end of the year.
Right. At the very end.
At the very end of the year. Yeah. It's not even like an intrigue anywhere where you go, oh, man, this could be, whoa, hang on a second. This is interesting.
Right.
No, it's not.
Not really.
Not really.
So
the scheduling. So I like the fact of the 9 team better, but I have great respect for those schools that are playing someone out of conference that's real.
Have you guys seen Michigan's 2024 schedule? Have you seen a couple of the teams? So their conference, so they play Fresno State and Texas in the non-con.
Okay.
Arkansas
that's
State.
Okay. That's not.
So it's not bad.
No, wait a second. Fresno State, Arkansas.
Fresno State, Texas, and Arkansas State.
Yeah, that's good.
All in the non-con. It's better than Hawaii.
That's
last
good.
year.
They play Texas.
They play Texas at home.
That's huge.
Saturday, September 7th, 2024.
That's a great schedule.
Yeah.
I'm applauding
but look
Michigan.
Listen to their conference slate here. So they'll feature Michigan State obviously at home, UCLA at home, Wisconsin at home, at Ohio State, at Rutgers, at USC.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's
a real schedule.
That's incredible.
Here's the thing: Nebraska obviously wants to get in the conversation of the top echelon teams in the Big Ten Conference.
Sure.
You don't want to find yourself in 2028 and see UCLA or USC still having more of a hold on the conference than Nebraska does. Like, I think that's something that also could be being overlooked.
What's that?
Nebraska's got to establish an identity in the Big Ten Conference
quickly.
They haven't in the 12 years, unfortunately, consistently.
No, they have
in the 12 years that they've been in the Big Ten Conference. And you don't want to find yourself in 2026 with more people talking about UCLA in the Big Ten than Nebraska. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does.
I think they're in a great spot if you just took schedule looking at it. You say, okay, the top 3 teams obviously are who? It's for this season. It's Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and whatever order you want to put them. And they play one of them, and they play them at home. So
that's good.
So that's it. And then
they caught a little break.
And then 24, they caught a break too. Where at that time we think the best 3 teams probably at that time are going to be Ohio State, Michigan, probably USC, and they don't play any of them.
Yeah.
So that gives you the top 2 teams you don't play those in 24. Yes, you have a Penn State in there, but you have to play. Yeah. So in the next 2 years, they probably caught the best break that they could. If someone just said schedule.
Look at the Michigan schedule that we just read.
Yeah. 2024.
Imagine if we were saying that in 2024 Nebraska has to go has Texas at home.
Okay.
And then the conference slate of Michigan State. There's some more teams like the Maryland's Illinois stuff, but Michigan State at home, Minnesota at home, UCLA, Wisconsin, at Ohio State, at USC.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it'd be
amazing. And you know what
is that not similar to Nebraska's 2025?
You know what you did too? It's interesting. You just threw out Illinois too. Illinois.
Well, I understand that, but
that's a tough team.
If there wasn't a bad call, a very questionable call, Illinois beats Michigan at Michigan this year.
God.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when you match it up,
I know what that means, but I like it. Yeah.
when you compare that to the
No,
back
you're
half,
right.
and also
But you got to be careful with that. When you start dismissing Maryland and Illinois, you know you're in a tough conference.
well, and so
Yeah.
I mean,
well, then you got
you got
those two
Illinois. What the hell?
here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. Perhaps more importantly, UCLA, Wisconsin, Ohio State, and USC are all last week of October and November.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 straight
No.
weeks there of
Yeah.
I mean, important football.
No, this is where I think we have to keep pounding this into people that this is different. This world's changed quickly, the college football world. Am I wrong?
No.
We haven't ever talked about a schedule like that.
That's why the super concept you have to have great games. When you turn the TV on, you have to have intriguing games on, and there will be a bunch more. And that's why I really want the SEC to go to the 9. But now at the same time, if every team is playing someone like an LSU is playing a USC or Georgia's playing a Clemson, and all those teams in the SEC all have a game like that, I'm still like, okay, I'm good.
I'm good. Now, here's what I'd say, though. This is where I really agree with you.
Back at this?
No, in fact, you said something the other day where I kind of pushed back in my brain.
Yeah.
Where you said, there'll be 3 lost teams in the college football playoff. I'm like, yeah, there has to be almost
There's
now.
a chance of it, yes.
Yeah, there almost has to be.
Especially if you finish strong.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, for a team like Michigan that has their sights on the playoff, they've made it the last 2 years, gotten embarrassed in the semis both years to Georgia and then TCU, or not embarrassed against TCU, but lost against TCU. This is all you could want. This is for when the committee's looking at you saying, well, what did Michigan do? Well, they may have started slow. They may have dropped a game against Michigan State, a rivalry game. They may have dropped one against Texas that they probably shouldn't have.
But then
they finish out with a win against UCLA. Yeah. They beat Wisconsin. They go on the road and beat Ohio State, and they beat USC.
See, exactly.
And then you look at the SEC this season at least, or I guess it'd be different in 2024. You look at other teams, and it's all right. They had Tennessee Chattanooga in week 11, or they had, I don't know, throw a team.
No, I got you.
Georgia played Georgia Tech the last game of the year.
Right.
I'm not saying that Georgia's going to be left out of the playoff just because of that, because you have a 12-team playoff now, but that solidifies either home field advantage or a bye. Like that depending on the format, that one game or those 2 wins against Ohio State and Wisconsin could be huge for Michigan.
And I'll tell you what, again, there's all kinds of offshoot conversations from this. Okay, so you're talking about that 2024 Michigan schedule. If Harbaugh throws an 8-4, is he under fire now? Is he?
Absolutely not.
I think you have to look at it now differently. You can't. Yeah. We can't operate with the same parameters that we always have in that conversation. If Kirby loses 3 games in that, what was that schedule?
2024.
If he loses 3, are you going to say, oh, what? I mean,
if he loses at Alabama and at Texas,
oh, he's lost it. No. That's a hard schedule.
Yeah, but then you're going to have the side of well, you're moving expectations. You're altering expectations.
Well, yeah, you are.
The expectations are going to be.
I think you are.
Be so much different. It's going to be. I had this conversation with my dad, and who is
Ron?
Ron
and Sharon in the kitchen right now.
Yes, right now. You're preparing.
Yeah.
The difference is that in general, with the 14 playoffs, you're usually talking about maybe 8 to 9 teams mid-November. Of like, okay, here's some teams that are still alive. That's it. There's 8 to 9.
Yeah.
When there's 12 teams, you're going to be talking about 30 plus.
Yeah.
There'll be 30 plus teams that are allowed to get in. So if you're not in that 30 plus conversation November 1st, then that's where he's going to come on, coaches.
Okay.
That's where the heat's going to be. It's going to be, you're not even in the yes, that means you're not in the
4
conversation.
losses.
Whatever. You're not in the, it's like, well, you know what? If they win this and they win this and they lose, or you have all these scenarios.
Good point.
That's going to be.
If you're not in the conversation, if you're at University of Nebraska and it's November 1st, it's a 12-team playoff, and you're not in the conversation, that's where
heat.
That's where it gets a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like a team like Michigan would always still be in the conversation. Say they're 7-2, 3 games to go. Well, they're in the conversation. They're in the conversation.
Even if it lost to Michigan State,
yes.
Even if they stumble early, they can still be in the conversation.
But the conversation is going to be so deep on what team. There's always going to be a couple. Well, I tell you one thing. It looks to me like San Jose State. They're undefeated. They're doing this. Oh, what about they don't belong? They don't belong. Well, maybe they do.
That's gonna provide so many fascinating scenarios, and I think it's also going to increase the fan passion and engagement, right? Because
I think it could.
Because you're sitting there in week 10 going, oh man, Nebraska, or this team needs to win this, and then they're turning on somebody else's game and going,
you're watching other games with way more passion.
Yeah. Bill identified something I hadn't thought of, and that is that how the 12-team playoff affects the season, and I mean, you're exactly right. There's going to be way more teams in the conversation now, and all that does is spur interest.
I mean, way more teams, and plus you're watching other games with passion.
That was my point.
All of a sudden, it's like, hold it now. Penn State's behind Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
If Penn State loses, that puts us. Hey,
right.
Then you're going through all these scenarios in your head to kind of keep you alive with what's going on. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it is.
So good stuff. We're a little bit over time, but that's okay. When we come back,
come on,
stay.
I know. Well, we started early and we're getting out late.
Bella, you got to let him know when he goes over. You got to let him know.
You're
knock
fine.
on that.
No, you're fine.
Just knock on the window.
He's a new guy running the ship.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's me. That's
Not on
me.
my watch, Bella.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we come back, how important is it that Fred Hoiberg makes the NCAA tournament this year? And then how important is it that Will Bullitt gets Nebraska baseball to a regional? We talk about it coming up next. Early break on the ticket, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's 100 degrees in here.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking health, vision, and dental insurance for an employee programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, this is from Midwest Bank, and our team is here for you. From our friendly staff to our innovative products to our online banking and mobile app, all of our services are designed with you in mind. We'll help you open a checking account, apply for a loan, open a credit card, or start saving for the future. We do it all. We're your local community bank, a trusted partner that's here to serve you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of success with patients from 35 states. An effective word-of-mouth track. You can get lasting results joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway and Bass Estate is your go-to when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Weber railings and timber deck composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Graded Life Choices, inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 50 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska on a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions, learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer beverages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly served in Lancaster County and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
We're on the air. Well, party, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in hour one of Early Break, sponsored by Gaina Trucking. Learn about job opportunities today at gainatrucking.com. So, gentlemen.
Yes, gentlemen.
We're going to pivot. We're going to pivot into a different conversation. We're going to save the Husker basketball, baseball conversation for 7:25.
Okay.
And so, in turn, we're going to have, it's kind of an alarming statistic here that Georgia football players have been involved in a ton of traffic-related moving violations.
300.
300, thank you. I was trying to find these.
300 Georgia players
Thank you.
Have been cited for, Nick, have been cited for or charged with almost 300 driving-related offenses since 2015, since Kirby Smart's first year. Since he was hired.
How about this?
With excessive, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, with excessive speeding, street racing, and being probably the biggest problem. Excessive speeding and street racing. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I was going to say that Georgia football players and their vehicles have been involved in at least 10 reports of violations in Athens, Clark County since January 15th, when a player and a team staff member were killed in a reckless driving incident that was allegedly tied to racing. Players have also been involved in at least 60 additional violations, including speeding, distracted and reckless driving, and disobeying traffic signs since the beginning of the 2021 academic year.
Very odd, isn't it, Bill? You don't hear this very often, where Kirby Smart has a problem in his program, and it's with driving violations. It's not funny. It makes me laugh a little bit because it's odd. Yeah, they got a bunch of guys who like to street race.
Yeah.
They drive too fast.
300.
It's they're not all street racing, but
No,
they're all
still 300 violations.
300 violations since 2015. That's quite a few.
Are those all moving violations?
Pretty much.
So
They're
that-
a
so
lot.
They're
most
not
of them.
talking about like parking tickets on
No,
campus
no.
like that. This is
Generally
a moving
not.
violation. Okay.
There's a wide array, but the one that really jumps out to me is how many instances of street racing and guys going 100 miles an hour or over 90 miles an hour of the player who was ripping through neighborhoods to the extent that the woman and the man, the couple, called the police and said, "This is getting ridiculous." The other day he was going, he was spinning out so fast he went into the other lane and jeopardized people. And the police confronted the young man, and he just nodded his head, didn't even say anything. They couldn't prove it was him because the windows were tinted. But that's the kind of problems they're having in Kirby's program. It's a lot of guys driving Dodge Chargers and Challengers, and
That's very common when you
Is
you go onto campuses now. Players have cars. Even I'm talking about even pre-NIL of the cars of the people you would see. It'd be like I said, it'd be the Camaros, the Chargers, all the
one of them had a $200,000 Lamborghini SUV.
Really?
Yeah. One of them had a $200,000 Lamborghini SUV.
Just a reminder, in that January 15 crash, former Georgia defensive lineman Jalen Carter was racing team staff member Chandler LaCroix when LaCroix's SUV that was traveling more than 100 miles per hour left the road and slammed into power poles and trees. LaCroix, whose BAC was more than twice the legal limit, and offensive lineman Devin Willock, who was a passenger in her car, were in the wreck. Jalen Carter then pleaded no contest to misdemeanor charges of reckless driving and racing. He was sentenced in March to a year of probation, a $1,000 fine, and 80 hours of community service, and then drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in April. That was a really interesting situation because Jalen Carter, it came out that he lied to police.
Well, now hold on. It was found that he had nothing to do with he got a misdemeanor for a reason. He wasn't charged with
I understand.
He wasn't charged with vehicular homicide.
Yes.
All right. There's a reason he wasn't charged with vehicular homicide. There's a reason he was charged with a misdemeanor. It was found that he didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, they're racing.
Yeah.
But it was obviously, listen, he got charged with a misdemeanor for a reason and not vehicular homicide.
Well, and more specifically, Jalen Carter previously had been cited twice in September 2022. Once for speeding and once for failure to obey a traffic control device, according to the records obtained by ESPN.
They got a driving problem in that program. That's odd, right?
It's odd. It is very odd. Like I said, it's something I've never seen before.
No,
never
me
heard
neither.
of before. But at the same time, I don't also have a baseline of every program's. How many violations does Florida have? What does Michigan State have? I don't know what those.
I was just going to ask: are we hearing about this because everything had been going so well in the Georgia program, two straight national titles?
Maybe
is that why
it's
we're
going to draw
about
more
this?
attention? I just think anytime if someone got a violation for going like I did, for going 10 over, going 50,
you were reckless.
50 and 40. That's not that was just no. When you're going 110, 100, that's where the numbers are what change everything. It's not you got a violation. He had whatever it was, and he was going 11 over. No one's really saying anything. The speed limit was 7. He was going 81. No one's saying one word. It's when it gets to scary proportions
right.
and or street racing. Then you're going to have that. Plus, is anyone equipped enough? Besides someone that's 18 to 20 years old, is anyone equipped enough to be a street racer? Do they really know how to handle a vehicle at 100 miles an hour?
No.
But probably one of the times
freak me out if you're doing it. Bill, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. 48th. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's on.
Yeah, first one. Yeah, first start on O Street, and the first one that gets to
Outback.
Gets to Outback.
Yeah.
Let's go. Outback. Get a blooming onion. Free one.
Anyway. I get. Yeah, the frame of reference is limited. I don't know if this is a problem elsewhere. Maybe Atlanta, that area, or the Athens area, has a problem with street racing, and the players are just getting caught up in it. I don't know. It just strikes me as odd. This is the problem Kirby's having.
Well, he's had the police in. It says in the article to address the team. Yep. I don't know, it's been numerous times, but it's been addressed
once for sure, and I think it's going to happen again. He's brought in the University Police, and it's Athens Clark County Police to talk to the team.
And also nothing. The level would be like this, way down here, if there hadn't been a life lost.
Right.
If it was just if 2 lives lost.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the lives lost, it would still be like, dadgummit, stop it.
Right.
But now it's more like, whoa.
Well, it hasn't.
Now
and then there's been
consequences.
Yes.
You've seen consequences, and it's still happening. Yeah. That's the thing. That's what's bothering people, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it should be bothering people.
All right, let's go ahead and get to break. We round out the 6 o'clock hour with the Starter Heyman song of the day. Rick Heyman.
Oh, this better be good.
Will join us
counting
in
on
just
it, Rick.
a few minutes with his song of the day coming up next. So get ready to get those keyboard fingers out. Send us a rating on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Song of the day with Rick Heyman is next on 93.7 Ticket.
You're listening to Early Brent with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Book on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is Becky West for you to our innovative products, to our online banking and mobile app. All of our services are designed with you in mind. We'll help you open a checking account, apply for a loan, open a credit card, or start saving for the future. We do it all. We're your bank, trusted partner that's here to serve you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Join us this Saturday during our grand opening sale. Everyone get one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy 2 of your favorites for the price of 1. Buy 1 Elf Bar disposable, get 1 free. Buy premium THCA flower, get a free glass pipe. You decide what to vote. Go this Saturday. Superior in Lincoln. Ration is an addictive chemical.
Hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-on, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-67 or judsonirrigation.com.
How many times has the dad in your life complained about being tired and sore and done nothing about it? Why not change things up this year for Father's Day with a gift certificate for a massage from the Body Shop? It's not a day at the golf course or a new tool for the shop, but it is something that can make activities less painful going forward. Get Dad a gift certificate today for Father's Day at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical? The electrical workers of local are now hiring licensed and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, make the right selection, the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at Just Days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics, 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For sports talk on the FM dial. 93.7 The Ticket. For Jake,
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursday, a range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
Golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Sure.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Jake, you're watching on YouTube, didn't get to hear that. It's a great song. And get him reading.
Okay, all right, let's do this. That's one to contemplate. It's a fresh sound. It's a Doobie Brothers deep cut.
Yes.
Part of the reason it's a deep cut is it lacks focus. It kind of meanders. It's a nice sound, but it's a meandering sound that doesn't really grab you, which is why it's a deep cut. I like it though. I mean, it's a nice, pleasant sound. I'd give it a 6.117.
Solid. I love the Doobie Brothers.
You are a
song.
Doobie Brother.
I love Doobie Brothers at that. There wasn't, we're so into lyrics. We really are, especially in initial lyrics to catch you right off of the bat. And there wasn't that. I say again, it was as a background music song to me. I'd give it a 4.442.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I go ahead and give my rating on this
yes,
as well?
You Nick, I want you to think about this.
So here's the thing: is I actually liked that.
You do.
I did enjoy that. So that's something I can
Why did you like it?
I hate to use the word groovy, but that's what I'm going to say.
It's okay.
It's a little bit
I'm going to
groovy.
use the word groovy. That's
Yeah.
one that I can find myself going like, you know what? If I'm sitting outside enjoying
background music.
Yeah, just hanging out, just chilling, relaxing music.
Like a barbecue?
Yeah, that'd be great. Great
Yeah.
barbecue. Got some friends, family
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And you're just you're turning
Grilling Chinese food for your
not grilling
For your
Chinese
nurse
food.
friend?
nurse
But
friend.
either way, I'm gonna give it a 6.789.
6.789.
Yeah.
6789. I get that.
6.789.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that, but that's what I did.
Yeah, you got confused.
6.789.
I got flustered.
All right, we gotta get to.
I had to keep going decimal play. I had to just keep going on.
Let's
with
get to the
decimal
jeweler here.
Yes.
Let's get to the jeweler.
Rick, go ahead.
I am so glad that rated worse than the Partridge Family.
Yeah. We did give it a worse rating than the Partridge Family.
The Doobie Brothers are lower than the Partridge Family. Hang on a minute. I got to go turn down my TV. I got Petticoat Junction on.
What a great show! When they came by at the train. Oh,
the train. Uncle Joe. He's sitting at the station.
Yes.
Okay. Now, hey, we're a little late, so I'll make this quick. Shout out to Phil, who I met at the doctor's office yesterday. Huge fan of the show. Loves it. Loves Thursdays.
Nice.
Great meeting him.
Cool.
Hey, now this is completely off the subject. Sherry and I jumped in the jalopy yesterday, and we drove up to the new Hy-Vee in Gretna.
What'd you think?
Just go there and do it and make a little afternoon day trip out of it because I've never seen anything like it.
So this is like the Buc-ee's of grocery stores.
Oh, it's you could fit 3 Costco's in this place.
Whoa!
Wow.
I mean,
I
it's
had no
just
idea.
humongous, and it has a million restaurants. The liquor department is bigger than most grocery stores.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
We are now of a certain age
Yes.
where we look forward to a trip to Gretna to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I want to go. I'll be going.
You can eat breakfast there. You can eat lunch there. They have a bar. You can go to happy hour. You can eat dinner there.
Whoa.
They have a bar at Hy-Vee?
It's insane. It's insane.
A bar at Hy-Vee?
Oh, yeah. Big one.
So if I went there on Saturday, I could get a Bloody Mary and some scrambled
Yes.
eggs. Wow, that's
Yes.
incredible.
This is incredible.
And then you could get a Wahlburger. Wahlburgers.
I got
is
those
there.
yesterday, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I bought some yesterday. Hey, that's in. Oh, Wahlburgers does have an in-house restaurant, though. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Oh my!
Really?
They've got all these different restaurants. It's amazing. It's like going to a casino. Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Captain
for
and
that.
Me, The Captain and Me, Doobie Brothers, 50 years old, March 2nd, 1973.
50.
Including some of the most popular hits, Long Train Running, China Grove, and Without You. It was voted number 835 in the 3rd edition of Colin Lurkin's all-time top 1,000 albums from the year 2000, which to me it rates even higher than that. I saw these guys on this tour in Omaha. Me and my buddy Woody went up, and we were right in front. I mean, right there. And they came out on stage, and Tom Johnston, that lead singer there, who unfortunately later on had to leave the band, he's back now. But this is before Michael McDonald.
Oh.
So he was the lead man, and he had a giant cockroach crawling up his rock and roll outfit that he had on his leg. That's how close I was. They were incredible. Just
I don't know what to say
absolutely.
about
That one took me back a little bit, Rick, but okay.
One of the most all-time greatest bands ever, and every song on this record is spectacular. Just go listen to this. Download this record on your Amazon or whatever.
Okay.
And listen to the whole thing. It'll blow your mind. It's so well recorded. It's so beautiful. Incidentally, Long Train Running was not called that. It was called Osborne. It was a jam they did. And when they were running out of material, so they said, well, let's record this jam. And the producer, Templeman, said, make it about a train since you have this thing in there about Miss Lucy down along the tracks. So with that in mind, let's do some Stump the Sippers and Coach.
Nice.
How many, this is for Sip, how many drummers did the Doobie Brothers have live on stage?
Oh, that's easy. That's a layup.
Yeah, I think I mean, since you're asking me, they had multiple. So I think 2.
You get a diamond. These are all very easy today.
Okay.
Very, very easy.
Yeah, don't minimize my achievement, please. 2.
That was pretty
We didn't
good.
get a ding. Usually we get a ding.
Yeah,
I
usually
didn't get my ding.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah.
Here we go.
Brilliant.
Okay.
There you go. That was good.
There.
Now, this is for the coach.
Okay.
This is so
This
easy.
will be really hard.
What item refers to the name the Doobie Brothers?
That'd be their steel guitar.
I'm going to repeat that.
Yeah,
what
please,
item,
Bill. Dig in a little bit here.
What is?
So it's not one of their musical instruments.
God, think about
what
it.
item refers to the name? Is in the name Doobie Brothers? The Doobie Brothers.
A marijuana cigarette.
There you go. All right, second chance.
Brilliant.
It's a doobie. Okay.
Yes, the marijuana cigarette.
Rick, before we let you go, what's happening at the store, man?
Oh man! All right, you cut me off. I had another.
Yeah, we're not
geez,
done
I'm sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
Please.
Feel free to go ahead.
Please, Nick.
And then back to SIP. Has this record sold more or less than 2 million album copies?
More. Thank you.
3 diamonds.
Yeah, thank you.
How about that?
Brilliant. Yeah. Nick.
I'm sorry.
The
I'm sorry.
man-
I wasn't
The man
trying
has a
to.
segment.
I wasn't trying to cut him off, Rick. You know me.
Yeah, I know you, Dick.
Yeah.
It's all right. Hey, so here's what's going on at Sartor Haman's.
Yeah,
Got
please.
our Heartland Diamonds.
Please.
They're patented. They have 89 facets. They're spectacular. You've never seen anything more brilliant in your life. Come and get them. We got an exciting new announcement coming towards the end of the summer.
You do.
It may be hot. It may be slow moving out there, but we're sizzling at Sartor Haman Jewelers. Don't forget, breakers get 10% off. If you're online, put in ticket with a capital T on the coupon. We're in Lincoln and Grand Island, sartorhaman.com, Facebook and Instagram, and I'll post more about the fabulous Doobie Brothers who are coming to Lincoln this summer on my Facebook at Rick Heyman.
Wow.
Great job. Great job, Rick.
Great job.
Great job.
Rick, we appreciate it as
Yeah,
always.
we really
man.
do. We really do.
The Partridge Family beat the Doobie Brothers. We didn't see that one coming, Rick. That one kind of.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right. All right, there he goes. There's a tag out. He was extraordinary today. The song wasn't. Rick was. So that's good.
I didn't think the song was too bad. There was a lot of people with mixed emotions on the text line.
It usually
Not a
is
huge
like
fan.
that.
It's pretty normal.
Yeah.
You get the.
There's a wide array of scores. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, a lot of low ones. A lot of
Okay.
low scores. Low
It
definitely.
meandered. The song
Yeah.
meandered.
I suppose so. People are still mad at me for starting the show
Early.
16 seconds early.
It's a
It
minute
was very
16.
odd.
We just got a text that says, "I can't believe you guys started the show early today."
You were a scratch.
So people want to.
People are acting like I started it at 5:47 a.m. this morning.
It was a good minute and a half.
Started at, no, it was not.
We don't start till 6:01. That's when we start
Well,
here.
Once again,
Yeah.
that's late.
All of a sudden, I'm just getting coffee here. I say like, "Good morning." I'm like, "Whoa."
I thought that this show started at 6 a.m., not 6:01.
You threw everything off kilter.
Yeah.
I think
So,
we're doing a great
breakers,
job.
We're sorry.
Oh, we've settled into the race.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
the race got off to a rocky start.
It's all right. It's not how you start. It's how
Imagine
you
all of a
finish.
sudden they all of a sudden they're just going to start the Kentucky Derby with the last two horses aren't in the deal and they're off. Two horses.
Wait,
are like,
wait.
Whoa!
Wait.
What just happened here?
We were told the race started this.
Yeah, we told them it's like 6:31 p.m.
All right. When we come back, it's hour number 2. We talk Husker football on the ticket.
Okay.
You're listening to Early with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 93.7 The Ticket.
Look, it's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions.
Plains Cover is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. A standard have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Sting with too many large pecan? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail, because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Hour number 2 is sponsored by Midwest Bank, member FDIC, located at 27th and Jamie Lane in Lincoln, and a new location coming to 70th and Pioneers at the end of the year. Midwest Bank, member FDIC. Sanderson and Newt. Newt says, thank you for finally starting on time this morning.
Yes.
See, there's some people that understand it.
Yeah,
and
what's the overall? I think that's like a 2% right there.
That is the 2%,
yes.
But hey, it's fine.
Okay.
402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. You can always check us out on the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream as well. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo channel 951 on your television sets, if you will. Guys, interestingly enough, you look up and down this Nebraska football depth chart, and you see that Nebraska has just 3 scholarship quarterbacks listed on their depth chart. And you obviously look back to probably the beginning of the year, January, and you had an idea that some attrition was coming in that quarterback room.
Because there were six.
Because there were six scholarship quarterbacks.
Six Scully quarterbacks.
Yes. And at the end of May, you look at this Nebraska roster and see that they lost Logan Smothers and Casey Thompson. And I think everybody understands that they would have liked to keep at least one of them.
Lost Richard Torres.
Lost Richard Torres as well, but he wasn't in the same spot as Logan or
No.
Casey was.
No.
And so here you are sitting on June 15th. And if you're a Nebraska fan, you are hoping and praying that Jeff Sims doesn't get hurt or isn't forced to miss an extended period of time for Nebraska, because you look at what's behind him, and it's Chubba Purdy, and it's unfortunately Heinrich Harburg as well. And that sounded. I was just gonna say that sounded real harsh. I did not mean that to sound as harsh.
I'm gonna
as
step
it
out of
did.
the room for a little bit and
We're all gonna regroup a little bit.
I'm gonna go talk to Bella. And I'm gonna go talk to Bella.
Maybe head over to Super
Saver.
And
I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna take a step back.
Might even go to Gretna.
Yeah.
Statistical wise,
with Heyman.
Yes. Statistical wise,
all right.
You are having to turn to either Chubba Purdy or Heinrich Harburg.
I got you.
If
I
you
see
went
what you're trying.
on paper, if you just said, show me the number of touchdown passes,
statistical wise, that's what I meant.
Percentages, all those things, that makes sense. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because it just, like they said, there's really no playing time for one of them. Chubba has played in games, so he has some numbers in that place. So that was it. Now, you did a study on Sims at Georgia Tech. Is that correct?
I did. So, because another storyline here, and while Bill and I were on the phone, that's right. Bill called me last night, Sip.
Wow.
Just
well,
like
I had to because you guys bypassed me.
Don't say you guys.
Yeah.
Sip's the one that phoned me.
So I was kind of left out.
I was left out. No, you were.
I was left out.
You called him first.
Yeah, you did call me first. We got the rundown figured out, and then Bill about an hour and a half later goes, "All right, what's the deal? What's going on?"
Yeah, after you guys did it on yourself on your own.
Yeah.
So you guys go ahead.
Anyway,
take the segment.
You gonna go over to Super Saver?
Yeah.
Take a jog.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
So one issue now that looking ahead is that there is no quarterback competition for Jeff Sims heading into the fall.
Doesn't appear to be.
And I suppose, I mean, maybe you get a little bit of a push from Chubba Purdy, maybe you get some push from Heinrich Harburg, but as a transfer and as a guy that this staff brought in, Jeff Sims is going to be the starter as long as he stays healthy and all things, plan out to be okay. So then I looked at Casey Thompson's career stats and Jeff Sims' career stats, just to see.
Because I have no idea what that answer is.
If there's a comparison, how much competition there would be, right?
If Thompson were still here.
If Thompson were still here, right? Because everybody's having this hypothetical situation in their head of, did Nebraska upgrade, right? Even if you don't want to come out and admit it, that's what you're wondering.
If Thompson weren't at Florida Atlantic.
Yes. If Casey Thompson was still at Nebraska.
Right.
Through 4 years, Casey Thompson had a 16-13 record, winning 55% of his games.
Okay.
Now, this is going a little bit deeper than just the career passing, statistics and touchdowns to interception ratio, things like that. Here's the kicker. Casey Thompson, in those 16 wins, 8 of those wins came against teams that finished their season that year with an above 500 record.
Okay.
Jeff Sims, through 3 years as a quarterback, has an 8-17 record, which equals a 32% winning percentage in the games that he started.
Okay.
Now, he has beaten just 2 teams that finished their season with an above 500 record. Those 2 teams were Pittsburgh in 2022, who finished 9-4 overall, and 2022 Duke, who also finished 9-4 overall.
And I'm going to say something here.
That's an interesting study. You delve deep.
It is an interesting study, and I appreciate it because I didn't know his record, 8-17, Jeff Sims. Now, this is what we do, though, and I'm going to go back to Adrian early in his career, and I was kind of upbraided by, remember Parker Gabriel?
I do.
Parker Gabriel was a fabulous beat writer. Now he covers the Denver Broncos. And I was upbraided by the former quarterbacks coach, Mario Verduzco, because I did this thing where I would say Adrian is 7-12. as a starting quarterback or wherever he was.
Yeah.
Adrian is like he has total say in the record. It's all on the quarterback. I mean, it's too complicated a discussion to do that. Where we say Casey's 16-13. Yeah, he is, but a lot more goes into that than Casey Thompson.
Yeah.
I learned a hard lesson there. I used to do that all the time. You know what I used to always say? The quarterback, you know what he is what his record is. No, he's not. That's a gross oversimplification. I used to do it all the time. Well, he is what his record is. No, not necessarily. If you don't have pieces around you, if you're in a bad program, if you're whatever, if you had a season where there's a lot of injuries around you, then no, you're not what your record is necessarily. So I think you got to be careful. And I did it for many years before Parker said, "Hey, I mean, it's too much of an oversimplification." That's what I'm saying.
It's tough. So you look at
a quarterback is what his record is. No,
I understand that too. I understand that to an extent.
Are you taking that the other way then? Also,
yes.
When someone is playing really well, you would never be like, "Hang on now, push back on that." Quarterback's real average. He's just got dudes around him.
Well,
I don't think it goes the other way with.
That's a decent point.
I don't think it goes the other way with that conversation. I agree with the part that number one pick in the draft this year, quarterback Bryce Young. If he's at Northwestern last year or 2 years ago, does he win the Heisman?
Probably not.
No, he doesn't. But my point is I said when it goes the other way, they don't. You get the quarterbacks get all the credit if they are. He was 21-2 as a starter.
Right.
That's we do that. You get all the praise.
We do that. Yeah, we do that too. You're right.
Something that goes with that part of it, and quarterback's a little different. I think it's different. You're never going to say, well, what was the running back? What was his? Where was he at? He never gets that because of other things to go with it. We've lost Sipple. He's tied up and he's got his. Look at this. This is unreal. This is unreal. Please, I hope the YouTubers, please watch. He tied himself and he lassoed himself.
We got it though.
Yeah.
We don't do that with linebacker though, right?
No,
we don't do that with Luke Reimer. What's Luke Reimer's record?
Yeah, what's his record?
Yeah.
The quarterback takes so you're always that's always going to be there. But I'll always push back with do they have this? What was the O-line like? What was there's always some things to it. But at the same time, like I said, you have to make sure it goes the other way too. That's all that
100.
Let me just read off the 6 other wins that Jeff Sims has in his career, the teams that he's beat.
Georgia Tech. At Georgia
Tech in the first 3 years. In 2020, he beat a Florida State team that finished 3-6 overall. He beat a Louisville team that finished 4-7 overall, and a Duke team that finished 2-9 overall. In 2021, Jeff Sims beat North Carolina, who finished 6-7 that season, and Duke, who finished 3-9. And then in 2022, he beat Western Carolina.
He was the quarterback for a team that beat Western Carolina.
For a team that beat Western Carolina.
That's the way I prefer to say it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want me
He
to
didn't beat him.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't 1 versus 11.
And then it wasn't. I know. And as somebody said on the text line, there's no I in team. I don't think that's what we're getting at.
No, you're
We're
not
getting that at
no,
all.
you're not.
And so, and then obviously the 2 teams that finished over 500 were Pittsburgh and Duke that Georgia Tech was able to beat.
I'm glad to know his record, but I keep it in perspective.
Yeah, that's interesting to have it. It's information,
right?
You still have to have it down as information. So if you wanted to delve really deep into it, would be probably some factor on you'd look into what was the point differential? Where was it at in the fourth quarter? Was the game tied? Did he have the ball in his hands with a chance to make a drive? Something like that. You would look at all those different things with what's going on to even delve deeper into it. Because there's always what part can you say, okay, we really got to look at this at a closer thing than just he won or lost.
Right.
Or what was it? That type of thing.
You got to look at film and see what it looked like.
We won or lost. And then
Georgia Tech's not the most, talent-rich program out there either.
No.
Yeah. And the one thing that'll be different for him will be the venues in which he's playing. Playing in front of 90,000 here. That will be new to him.
Yeah.
That's not normal at Georgia Tech. The home games are not normal. And road games will be different also in this league.
A lot of them.
Yeah, there'll be different situations.
Now, the reason we talk about this drop off from Sims to the backups is it's not and we're not being hard on Chubba necessarily here, but his numbers his numbers weren't great. His numbers weren't great. He completed last year. He played in 6 games, 2 starts, completed 22 of 48 passes. Okay, that's 45.8%.
Okay,
that's about 15 percentage points below where you want it, right? 45.8%. He rushed 24 times for 73 yards, 3 yards per carry. He's a decent runner. No passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Okay, the numbers aren't great. I mean, there's just no way. Now, what I would say though is I don't think the preparation was great. I don't think he was. I don't think they did a great job of preparing Chubba. He did not look prepared against Illinois. We said that the other day. I want to see what it looks like now with a different QB's coach, with a different offensive coordinator. What Satterfield said the other day, Marcus, is that he's a competitor. This was interesting what he said. He said it may not always look pretty, but he's going to find a way to move the ball and get first downs.
Nice.
Yeah, it may not look pretty. It doesn't always look pretty with Chubba. But he says, I trust him with the football. And that's a big one because of that. Because do you trust him with the football? 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. He probably should have had a few more picks. I mean, he probably dodged a bullet on a couple.
I don't have a great, where I can go in-depth feel on from being around him for whatever it was, because when Chubba came in, the time he was there, it was very limited with me. But all I know is this: is his work ethic is an A+, his toughness is an A+, and his character is an A+. That's kind of where that's where I stop. I just know those things about him, that those are all plus. The other part is to say that I'm in the room watching him
with whip.
Yeah, with
whip.
Yeah, so I'm not in there.
Right.
So I'm not. So, but that part. But the 3 things I do know is that his work ethic, character, toughness, all those things are all A+.
And he's funny. He's a funny dude.
Yes, you like
got a great sense of humor.
He's got great body language. Yeah. He does. He's not a palms up guy.
He'd be great on the show if you ever want to come in. You got an open spot.
So he's got great, with that. So then what goes on from there? That's where you have to lean on Coach Satterfield,
right?
Of what he sees and what he does in that preparation.
Same with Harburg, Nick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
no, that's you just couldn't let it go. Just couldn't let it go.
No. Hold on a second, Heinrich.
Are you okay?
I need some coffee.
So
Heinrich Harburg. 1 second. Well, I want to say what Satterfield said about him. Well, I didn't know what to make of it, but Harburg was only 2 for 9 passing in the spring game, and it didn't look great, right? 2 for 9 passing in the spring game. It gave people a lot of pause because there was a lot of talk about Heinrich during the spring. Then he went 2 for 9. It didn't look good.
Nope.
Satterfield said this. I asked him about the spring game. Satterfield's pretty hardcore. He said, I think spring games used to be fun when really nobody cared about them.
I would support him.
I know you would.
I'd support him.
He said, in our spring game, we divided it up so we could have a real game. And some of the guys weren't always throwing to guys they were normally throwing to. Then he mentioned that Heinrich hasn't played a lot in front of crowds. So he said the body's going to feel a little different. So maybe he was a little tense. Who knows? But they still are confident in Harburg.
Another, as we round out this segment, another interesting stat: Nebraska allowed 33 sacks last season.
Okay.
Georgia Tech allowed 39. Okay. And so, because we had a texter, I can't remember who it was, that said, you don't take into effect, or what's it going to look like if Jeff Sims is behind a poor offensive line? Well, he has been. Just same as Nebraska.
Yeah, he's used to running for his life. That's good.
So, as we round out the segment, huge shout out and happy birthday to 8-year-old Spencer. He turns 8 years old today.
Spencer,
happy birthday, Spencer.
I think that's a great job by our co-host. What he delved into there. That was a great job of looking into
absolutely.
Sit back like he didn't care.
He did.
I did not act like
he did great research on it.
It was,
and he was simply saying
that
it was simply saying that the 2 backup quarterbacks one has 2 starts,
right?
The other one has none.
No,
so that's what he was trying to get across.
Sip was discredited.
And
I was not discredited.
Wanted to attack him. So after you attack him,
I'm glad I'm glad somebody else heard what I heard.
There was no attack, Nick.
The tone.
Nick, there was no attack.
Right from the jump.
Nick, we were having an adult discussion. It was not an
we're
attack.
about to continue this adult discussion.
All right, let's have it.
Commercial break. Yeah.
All right, you want to
One
get
of us
some
will be
Chinese?
back.
You want to get some Chinese?
Yeah, let's do it.
Chinese. Want to go?
We'll be back. Early break on the ticket, 93.7.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 937 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. And there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake. Bursting too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Just enough that you won't wear? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake is Cake Beatrice Bakery lineup. At Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Several contractors go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277, or Judson Irrigation.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 125 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching in a way that is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body, 70th and Vine, or 40th in Yankee Hill.
This
Well, good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Zip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here, early break on the tickets. Aren't going to dive too deep quite yet into it, but it has been made official that former Oklahoma pitcher and Papillion La Vista Monarchs standout Jordy Ball is officially a member of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Jordy
We'll
Ball
hit that later, but
yeah.
wow, that's big.
With a 44-2 record in her college career, Jordy Ball is now playing for the Huskers.
Almost seems like it almost seems surreal to me.
Well, it seems smooth. Okay, we can't talk too much about it, but it
No,
was
we got
smooth,
something to get
yeah,
to
it was
here.
smooth. We got Bill's Thrills. Should we go and play the music?
Yes, hit
Let's
it.
go ahead and let's
it,
play that tune.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is this gonna be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else,
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yep, so today's Bill's Thrills is cool parenting tips. Bill's Thrills sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Call Dirk, Scott, and Ty today at 402-730-7387 for all your financial needs. Bill, take it away.
Thank you. Also, those guys that sponsor this section is unbelievable. Like I said, they're just, literally, if you're 25 years old and want to retire when you're 30, give them a call.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's
Really?
they are making money hand over fist.
Nick,
Incredible.
think about that for
Yeah,
sure.
you
I
could
could retire in
be
8
done.
years.
Yes, in 8 years you
I
could be done.
at age 30
Give him a call.
in 8 years.
Get a hold of Scott. Get a hold of him. I'm telling you, it'll happen. Right there. Okay, we're having a conversation today.
He turned the page here.
It's cool parenting
He
tips.
flipped
Cool
the script.
parenting tips. The Great Ice Age Transformation. The Great Ice Age Transformation. Teach your kids that ice doesn't come from the refrigerator door, because that's where kids think the ice comes from. It's from a refrigerator door. That's where ice comes from. That's not where ice comes from. You have to teach them. You've got to teach them how to make manual ice. How to make manual ice. So me and Sipple growing up, I'm telling you, remember when your dad would pull the ice tray out, it was half full, and you didn't refill it?
Not good.
It was
Mayhem.
Mayhem. It'd be what the
Yeah.
who the
Yeah.
you know, you'd pop it out, take a few ice cubes, and you just lazy, just put it back in.
Right.
And there'd be like 4 ice cubes in it.
Right.
Or instead of emptying out the
True.
ones that were done and putting them in the little container right there, you would just refill it. So you'd pull it out, and there'd be 8 of them that were half frozen, and the other ones that were frozen. It was incredible.
Right.
And then also, Nick, there was a deal. It was I believe it was aluminum based or metal based.
Yes.
And you could fill it, but you just held it underneath. The other one you had to fill each one singular, and then when you popped it, you twisted it. That's how you popped it. And the other one was one that had a device on it, so you could just fill it all in one. It would just fill the whole tray, but it had slots in it.
Yes.
And then you had the lever that you moved it, and that's how you popped the
That's
ice.
how you popped it. We never had that.
That was really old,
that
but it
seems-
also froze better because you had metal in there, so it froze better than the plastic did.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to teach the youth of America
Yeah.
how to make manual ice. My wife will attest that I make my own ice.
You do.
I make my own. I have my own ice machine in the garage, and also I manually I have all kinds of my own little molds and different just handmade ones. And I get so excited when it goes like, oh, it's gonna be -20 tonight. Ask her. The whole outside, I've got all kinds of things freezing. So it's January. It's ice night.
Is it?
I make my own ice.
I do make manual ice,
Yeah,
so that'll make you guys happy.
Manual ice like that. Teach that.
Nick.
I think is so important. Have to be able to do that,
Especially when I'm drinking like whiskey or something.
Uh-huh.
I'll have the ball.
Yeah, you got to have the ball.
You have to
or-
have the
ball.
molds.
Yeah.
Or we also have the square cube.
Yeah, I like
big
the
giant
square.
squares.
So I do that, but I make my own. So I make my own ice. I don't use that. We have some prefab ones
Okay.
that I use, but I make my own for all those. So
Interesting.
I'm kind of the ice man.
You are.
I'm
You
saying-
are.
I
Like
am.
George Gervin.
Yes, George Gervin. I'm the
You
George
should have a
Gervin.
poster.
I should have a poster.
Yeah,
I
you
remember
should
him
have one.
sitting there with the frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Okay,
have
what
that.
else? What else is on the script?
I have a bonus if anybody wants it.
No,
I've
we
got
do.
a bonus if anybody wants
Cool,
it.
Please.
cool parenting tips Thursday.
Please.
Teach your kids the importance of firefly retention. How to capture fireflies
Yes.
as a youth.
Yes.
I thought about
Oh,
this for a month or
outdoors.
two,
Gotcha.
and last night we were out with some friends like that on the deck, and the fireflies are out. Now I heard this on the radio the other day. Bad firefly season, really bad. It's gonna be a low number of
Haven't seen
fireflies
any.
this year.
Oh,
They're-
low number.
low number this year, but the fireflies are out. So that as a kid, that was a big deal to catch the fireflies and get them into a jar where you could see them light up.
Okay.
Think about that. It's an insect that illuminates. That's as cool as life gets. It's an insect, Bella, that illuminates. You ever caught a firefly before, Bella?
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't think about it though.
Teach
do we?
your kids the important. And you have to have gear for them.
How does
if
it
they have to have the little net and stuff, but you got to have the jar. You got to have the jar. It's got to be in a jar, and you already have the grass and a few sticks in it. And then you just boom, you have that forever.
Nick, you took an entomology class. How does it illuminate?
Yes.
I don't
Can-
know.
can
We didn't learn about fireflies.
It does.
I appreciate that. I don't
Bella,
know.
you're back here. What, next Tuesday? Give us a small sample of how fireflies illuminate for next Tuesday. If you could do that for
This
us.
will be your first on-air task.
Yes, and you're going to talk on air. Oh yeah,
Tuesday. We will
Tuesday.
alert Jake
Yes.
that Bella's going to
Jake's
give
gonna
us
be-
a little seminar on how the firefly illuminates.
So we had the great.
It's got to be a
Ice Age.
mating thing, right?
Yeah,
It's about
I
has
think
to.
so.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of light out there, so a lot of them are mating, I guess. There's a lot of
Yes.
maters.
Yes.
The entomology class did him
Yes.
very well.
Did him. Yes, very good. So we had the Great
forgot
Ice
about
Age
that.
transformation.
It's a lot of mating out there.
a lot of maters.
All right, sorry. Yeah. To review, Bill. To review.
The Great Ice Formation. Teach your kids that ice doesn't come from a refrigerator door. Make manual ice. But that mayhem when you pulled one out and your parents pulled it out. Oh, it was.
Or your brother. I mean,
whoever's like,
yeah,
like
what
who
the
did
hell?
Who did this?
Right.
I mean, that was super lazy
Right,
too. When
right.
you just pop 2 or 3 out and put it back in, that's as lazy as you can get because to finish the task was about 12 seconds, and you just couldn't do it. You just couldn't take the time to refill it. Just couldn't do it. It was unreal.
Do you guys want to know how
No.
lightning bugs?
No, because Bella's
get lit
got
up?
no.
Bella's
You're
got it on
stealing
Tuesday.
Bella's
That's
thunder.
crap. That's
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
Do the
We
same
don't
thing.
do this here.
You're stealing
We don't
Bella's
do this. So
thunder.
you guys are going to
No.
revisit this
No.
conversation
Tuesday.
in 5 days.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we made it pretty clear. Did anybody stutter? Did anybody stutter when we
Did
talked
I
about this,
stutter?
Bella? Yeah, no.
Did you see the excitement in
Yeah,
Bella's
I
eyes?
she's
understand
going
that.
live.
I
She's
understand
going
that.
live. She got the filters today.
What is
And
wrong
all of a
with you?
sudden, you're like, "Oh, hey, Bella, stand down. I got this."
Yeah.
Unreal. Just
Mr.
because,
Insensitive.
yeah, and just because you took the bug class and didn't know what even was going on, let Bella have her
First,
time.
you just trash Heinrich.
yeah.
Stop. We're done. Mic's off. We're done. Mics are off. We're not doing this. Welcome back, guys.
Well, Nebraska. If Sims is hurt, season over. That's what he said. Season over.
Turned my mic off.
OVER.
You turned my mic off.
He did.
Jake has never done that.
I've
Jake
never
has
I've
never turned my mic off.
He did. He just crushed the Huskers, and then he tries to steal Bella's segment.
Is trying to build a career like you.
I understand. I wasn't trying, Bella. I wasn't trying to take your
hope you're
thunder.
All right. You did. No, you
I wouldn't
actually
trust
were.
anybody else to go to Super Saver for coffee filters.
Thank you.
She sprinted across
Anyway,
48.
we touched on
You
a
guys-
couple things.
You guys are ruthless.
We had good parenting
No,
tips.
ruthless?
You better hope I
We
come
had
back
good
tomorrow.
parenting tips.
Who's ruthless?
Yes. What'd the text line say?
Who's ruthless,
What's the
Nick?
text line say?
Typical Nick always makes it about himself.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Corey. Corey's the one of those texters that's always out to get me.
I'm hurt by the
It is what it
Heinrich
is.
comment. And I'm not even related to him.
I clarified the Heinrich comment.
I know you did.
Jeez. All right, are we ready to play? Or should we play a game show?
Should we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 7:47.
You would like to say,
Yeah,
shut
do
up,
it
sir.
early. Yeah, do it early. Like you did,
okay,
like
you wanna
everything.
you want to not do it
No,
early?
no, don't do it. That's fine. We're doing a
No, it's not early. 7:47 is a good time.
yes.
Roll the tape.
Yes.
All right. Shut Up Simple starts right now. Call it 402-464-5685. It's Throwback Thursday. I'll tell you the category right now.
Okay.
1980s hit singles.
Ooh.
Who sang them?
Okay.
I give you the name of the
I
song.
love it.
And I will preface it with this is all coming from AmericanSongwriter.com, which is like the official archive. Okay.
Okay.
And it is the top. All 4 of the songs are in the top 30.
Okay.
They were
We
listed
should
in the
nail
top
this.
30 of the entire 1980s.
We should nail
Shut up.
Is Captain Tennille in there at all?
Shut Up Sipple starts
No,
right
Muskrat
now.
Love is not in there.
Wrong one.
That's annoying because it was started halfway through. There
We've
it is.
all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
So once again, for Throwback Thursday, it's 1980 singles.
Okay.
Here on Throwback Thursday, and we have a contestant, Dave. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
How do you feel about 1980 singles, Dave?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh.
That's in my wheelhouse.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa. Super Dave.
How about that?
All right.
All right. So first question for Dave. Sip, you do have a lifeline, and Bill, when that comes. Dave, released in 1983, who sang Let's Dance?
David Bowie.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nice
Would've
work.
had that.
Put on your
All right.
Buckle
put on
up.
your
Now you guys
red
kind of have an
shoes
idea.
and dance the
Yeah.
blues.
All right.
Dave nailed it.
So
Yes.
Dave has an early 1-0 lead.
Famous.
Sip, once again released in 1983, who sang the hit song All Night Long?
All night long. That is the great Lionel Richie.
Brilliant.
There it is. I thought these were maybe going to be
Yeah.
some a little
These
tough.
are right in our
These are
wheelhouse.
right in your
Yeah.
wheelhouse. All right. Dave, next one to you. We're all tied up 1 apiece. Released in 1983, what band, sang Every Breath You Take?
Oh, come on, Jake. Bill knows that. I know
That
that.
would be the Police.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brilliant.
I
Maybe I
just
need
sing
to
it for a
maybe I
second.
need to do a little
Great
tougher
song.
songs.
Yeah.
Maybe these
Hey,
are
you
late.
Or
know,
maybe
I
not.
would-
Or maybe you also call Dave. We had like super fan calls in here that knows everything.
Yeah.
I will say this: if you go late '80s, I'll struggle. Early '80s,
I
won't.
didn't honestly. I didn't intend to do 1983,
Okay.
but every single song that I just picked just happened to be released.
Okay, that's
in
good.
1983.
It's a great year.
good.
It's a great
So,
year.
Yeah.
All right, 2-1 lead for Dave for the tie.
I got Bill in my back
Bill
pocket.
Bill is still alive for
Yeah.
you. Released in 1986.
Oh boy,
Who sang "When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Gets Going"?
Bill, I don't know that. When the going gets tough, Bill.
I don't know it.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Is that's a song?
You sure?
And released in 1986.
It was a top 30 song.
Top 30 song according to American Songwriter.
When the
Can you
going,
sing a little bit of it?
I cannot because I don't know how it goes.
yeah.
I have no idea. Everyone else, I could sing those other songs.
Okay, wait a second. Let me think about this. When the going gets tough.
David from Renew got it on the text line, so
Did
it
he?
must not be impossible.
Okay. Going gets tough.
10 seconds.
Usually it's 5.
Usually it's 5. Yeah.
But thank you.
Thanks for the 30-second notice.
All right, Bill doesn't
You
know.
know, this guy.
I'm going to say Huey Lewis in the News.
That is incorrect. Dave, do you know?
Oh, I know. I don't need to answer it.
You know, you don't need to answer it, but do you know what it is?
It's Billy Ocean.
There it is. That's right, Billy Ocean. And how about that? Congratulations, Dave. you win bagels and coffee. Business Box of Bagels. Stay on the line. Bella will get your information. Thanks for playing.
Great job, Dave. I'm just going to tell you right now,
that.
if someone had said before, hey, you guys are going to lose because you didn't know the Billy Ocean song, I could live with myself. I could just live with myself. Like, I'm not I'm not just like, oh my, how'd that happen? I'm like, no.
I know the song.
Billy Ocean would have been probably like 60th on my list.
Yeah, I know the song
Okay.
now. Now that you mentioned Billy Ocean.
Okay.
And I will tell you this, there's a big distinction with me. 83, like 1980 to 1985, I'm good. After that, I graduated, I went to college, I was off the rails. I don't know what was going on in 86.
Well,
I think the Bears won the Super Bowl.
People are mad because
the Bears won the Super
they
Bowl?
were layups.
I didn't think that one was a
I
layup.
didn't think that was.
It said these are all layups, Nick. It's only because that you're 12 that they seem hard.
12.
Somebody says
12.
80s songs was Nick even born. I was not.
Right.
So it's okay.
You're fine.
Yeah, I felt like it was okay.
He took some heat today, Nick.
Took some
did.
heat.
He gave
Do you
some
guys-
heat, though.
Do you guys want to know the tiebreaker?
Did any of the quarterbacks text in?
Jubba.
Did you,
Richard Torres texting in.
Torres.
So fun fact.
All right.
It was so story time real quick.
Yes.
There was a moment about a year and a half ago when Richard Torres got to campus that we were talking about the quarterbacks on my show.
Sure.
And a phone number with the Texas area code checked or
San
texted
Antonio?
in. I can't remember where
210 is San Antonio.
Yeah.
That's a 210.
Yes.
Yes, it was a two.
It was the
210.
210.
Yeah.
It was a 210 area code.
Yeah.
And it said, get this. Watch out for Richard Torres. He can make some leaps this spring. And I thought, oh my God, Richard Torres is listening to the show.
Oh, yes.
I got to be careful what I say here. Richard Torres. You guys want to know the tiebreaker?
Was it Richard Torres?
I don't know. I never asked.
Yeah.
It was from the 210, though.
It was
210.
San Antonio area
All right,
code.
all right.
And we were talking quarterbacks. And we didn't mention Richard Torres for a potential starter.
Okay.
And this unnamed texter comes in and says, hey, watch out for Richard Torres.
The
You guys-
burner phone.
Yeah. You guys want to know tiebreaker?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Bill's going to guess this.
Yep.
Yes.
And
I
I'll
usually
say
get,
over under.
I usually get it on the dot.
So
it's happened a lot.
So the 1980s number one song was Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Yes.
How many total copies of the 1980s album Thriller have been sold to date?
12.4 million.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
Think of it. It was the number one.
I'm going to say over.
Over 33 million copies.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
That's
a terrible guess.
After I said it, I'm like, that's crazy.
It's a little low.
Was there anything better, except that when the Thriller video came on MTV with Michael? I mean, it was like
It freaky dancer.
It was freaky.
Yeah.
It was freaky. When Thriller came on, it was like
Yeah.
MTV had just gotten rolling.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
MTV began, I believe, in I'm gonna guess 83. I'm gonna guess
MTV?
Yeah, MTV.
Nice.
I'm gonna guess 83.
We have somebody from, fun fact, with our new text line, you can see the location of the texters.
Okay.
According to this, Jeff Sims is sitting in Syracuse, Nebraska right now.
Okay.
Says Sims here. Nick, you're missing summer school. Get to school. But it says it's from Syracuse, Nebraska. So joke's on you.
So Sims is addressing you now.
Yeah, he's spending some time in Syracuse, Nebraska.
I wonder if there's any Heinrich Harvard
I
text.
don't know.
God,
We'll
Nick.
find out.
I'm glad that was on you. Yeah.
God.
All right.
Bill almost left the room.
The opening statement was like, well,
I didn't mean it.
well,
unfortunately,
here we go. Season's on the brink. I was like, all right.
Sip, you got to get out of here.
Oh yeah, I gotta go.
So it's
Bullet has,
again,
Bullet has an appointment at 8:20, which I'm gonna have to
I think
ramble.
you're scheduling bullets on purpose during this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
So
the time they
it's
want.
just Bill and I when we come back.
Okay.
We're
For the
talking.
spill.
And you're gonna
softball.
talk Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan Ball.
Jordan Ball, Jordan,
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yes.
Jordan Ball,
Yes.
and maybe a little Husker baseball as well.
Okay.
We'll do that coming up next. Spillover, round out the show.
You're listening to Early Break Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush on 93.7 The Ticket and The Ticket FM.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't expect full health. Breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Join us this Saturday during our grand opening sale. Every buy one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy two of your favorites for the price of one. Buy one Elf Bar disposable, get one free. Buy premium THCA flower, get a free glass pipe. You decide what to BOGO this Saturday.
Generation V.
Don't miss the grand opening sale this Saturday at 27th and Superior, Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late model combine delivered to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Looking for a finance that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, bring futures.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas, and coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-461-1627.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building affordable.
The exciting thing is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This.
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time for the spillover, but we're not really spilling over a whole lot. Myself, Bill Bush, still with you. Sip had to step out to take Bullet to an appointment.
Yes, Bullet. I need help, breakers. I've thrown this out there earlier. The alumni weekend next weekend, the 23rd, 24th of June in Pender is in Titletown. It's huge.
Okay.
It's mayhem with a concert. We have fireworks. We have everything going on. We have food trucks, but we need an ice cream truck. And the ice cream truck that was brought up online, they're booked.
Okay.
So I need help. If there is anyone that can give me some information, I need a ice cream truck for next Saturday, the 24th of June. There's going to be like 1,000 people there. So someone's going to make a crap load of money.
Alumni weekend in Pender.
Yes, it's a big deal. So if someone could please, anything on the text line, can give me some, because I've tried everything and I'm up against it and I need breakers. Okay, let's talk softball.
Who put you in charge of finding the ice cream truck?
I actually was in charge of getting the band. I was in charge of getting the light system.
Did you get the band?
Oh yeah. We got a great live band.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top down. 80s.
Wow. 80s. Maybe
band.
you'll have a little Billy Ocean.
Could be.
Billy Ocean.
If it was playing, who was that? I don't know. Actually, if it was playing, I'd be like, that's Billy Ocean.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets going by Billy Ocean.
Yes.
You're gonna be better than anybody when it comes to 80s trivia. Okay. Before we get into softball, just want to remind the folks, we are going to be live from the Blur Tailgate at the Hilton Omaha tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The doors for the tailgate open at 10:30 a.m. and they close at midnight from tomorrow until June 24th. It's on the corner of 12th and Cass Street. You can't miss it. It's connected once again to the Hilton Omaha, and you got the big white tent for Blur parties on the south side of Cass Street. Now you have a chance. LSU and Wake Forest are the two teams that are staying around at that hotel. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of
that tiger.
A lot of LSU and Wake Forest fans and alumni and boosters that are at this tailgate, but you can be too. So there's discount codes that we're going to release over social media over the next couple hours. You can go onto the Blur Party website. There's going to be a discount code if you mention the ticket, if you enter a code. So pay attention if you want to come hang out with us at the College World Series. It's going to be a great atmosphere, great environment, plenty of things to do, beer pong, cooling tub, cornhole, bags, whatever you want to call it, plenty of TVs, and you're right there just a block south of Charles Schwab Field. So it's going to be a great opportunity to just hang out in the atmosphere without spending $190 on a ticket.
I'll tell you what's amazing. It's almost like you're stealing the prices they've offered for the 119 package.
Yeah.
For 2 meals, 2 buffet meals, and all the cocktails or beer that you want.
Exactly.
And soda.
And there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be discount codes that you can get a little bit of a break on those. So
are you saying you can get a discount lower than 119?
Lower than 119.
Whoa.
And that means
say that again.
Unlimited food, or I should say lunch and dinner buffet, unlimited drinks, alcohol, liquor included. And number one, you get to hang out with us.
Because I thought they should have raised the price.
Here's the deal. You can also come and go. So it's just a bracelet that you'll wear. You can go if you want to go over to the Rocco's and get a Jell-O shot for $4.50, and you want to buy your alcohol, that's fine. But if you're at the Blur Party tailgate and you buy that package, you and everybody in your party is able to have as much as you want responsibly. So moving on, it was just announced officially a few minutes ago that Jordy Ball, the former Oklahoma starting pitcher for the softball team, the 3 straight national title winning softball team, Jordy Ball, who's won 2 of them, has officially transferred back to Nebraska.
It's like I said, I think it's the biggest news in the history of the transfer portal. And so and everybody's going to push back from the SEC at all this and that and football and basketball. The MVP of the Women's College World Series, correct? Am I correct on that?
National Freshman of the Year last year. Won a title with a
Yes.
1.09 earned run to average. Then this year has a 0.9 earned run average and wins the
44-2
record.
So basically the best pitcher right now in softball is coming home. And so a couple things that pop up with this, how great that is. So my first thing is going to be, what kind of cachet does she have to get others to come with her?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Who else can she get that can, and I'm not saying from Oklahoma, I'm saying through the softball connections, because obviously she's played for so long, and then obviously all these different tournaments, everybody knows everybody. Who else can she get to come be a Husker with her? Because that could be a big difference for them. But that a pitcher in softball is more than a pitcher in baseball.
100%.
They can throw more innings. That's just
throw more innings and throw not I want to say back-to-back days, but they can throw every other day. And so that's why you're only going to see 2, maybe 3 pitchers on a rotation for softball.
Yes. So you go into, like I said, but it's amazing. I'm so fired up for Rhonda.
Yeah.
And it's a great job that they've done on handling this situation. It seemed like it's been all very professional, but talk right away. Softball feel for next year has changed.
Absolutely.
So the first home game, probably a sellout sometime late March. If she's pitching, it's going to be we're coming to see her play. And obviously on the team, there's a lot of other talented young ladies that are very, very talented, and I'm sure they'll handle it very well. But that is also a little tough if you're sitting there and you're one of the pitchers at Nebraska and you just brought in the best pitcher in college softball. So to build it up team wise, but they'll do a great job. Rhonda will be able to handle the locker room very well, and they'll crush it in that area. But the excitement level just changed. Everything changed on one portal, and in the history of the portal, no one, I'd say last year, Addison was something like that because he was the Biletnikoff winner.
Yep.
And left and went to USC.
You could also say Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams would have been that had been a big one.
That was a big one as well.
Yeah, probably because obviously he did go out there
and he's a quarterback.
Yeah, so that was another one that would be. But that was also, there was a different thing because there was a coaching change.
Exactly.
So I look at that one just because of the coaching change, and so I think he was sitting there going like, okay, there's a coaching change. They didn't just win the national championship at Oklahoma. Where they just won it and they just won it in football, but in softball they had just won it, and so I think there's a bit of a difference there, but it is a big name, absolutely. It'd be in the conversation.
I just think it was such an exciting couple of days here because it's been such a smooth transition. Like there wasn't a whole lot of worry of like, oh, what if she transfers somewhere else? It was a really enjoyable couple of days for Nebraska fans.
2 days ago, it was on ESPN.
Yeah.
It was on ESPN, coming across the bottom of the screen that she was coming to Nebraska, even though it hadn't been officially announced. So it wasn't like I said, when this news came in today, when you announced it, if that would have been completely out of the blue, where it was been that she's announced it and she's already officially a Husker, and that was the first time we heard of it, that'd be the next 2-hour show. But we had some idea of it coming from all the way back.
Well, and what's crazy is just to remind people, Oklahoma was 61-1 this season. They lost one game. They had like a 53-game winning streak at one point. That's just unbelievable in the game of softball or baseball, where you could put a really talented effort out there and still just not come up short. You can lose a 2-1 ball game. Oklahoma was undefeated when they scored more than 4 runs in a game. You know what kind of a luxury that is? Nebraska returns 8 of their 9 starters in their batting order. The one that graduates is Maya Felder. Sometimes it was Courtney Wallace as well, who would pitch, and she would also hit for the Huskers. But you return 8 of your starters, and now you add the best pitcher in the country. if not the best
and then
player.
hopefully add someone else.
Exactly.
And one or two others.
And one would be you talk about potential players to bring to Nebraska with. They are full on scholarships. Nebraska is. However, obviously there are loopholes and there's ways to work around that. And one player I would think to watch would be Oklahoma's backup catcher. Sophia Nugent is her name. And the reason she was backup is because she played behind a starter in Oklahoma that once again on a 61-1 team. But here's what's crazy. Jordy Ball in her recruiting class was the number 1 overall recruit in the country. Sophia Nugent, the backup catcher that's in the portal right now, was the number 3 overall recruit in the country. So there's a big opportunity for Nebraska looking ahead.
Let's get Nugent
to see if they can get both of those.
Let's do that.
But then you look around and there's some insane and talented depth on this Husker softball team.
I said the first game that she pitches will be sold out.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll be. And when's the last time that conversation came? Like, hey, you better get your tickets for the softball game in March 22nd, when it's going to be maybe 45 degrees.
Well, and it's exciting to see. I think it's program changing also when a player of this caliber. Nebraska's not used to this. Nebraska, like volleyball is the one sport where year after year, Nebraska's getting the number 1, number 3, number 5 recruits or something around there. But in softball, we're not used to this. Like it's not usually this where it's the best player in the country who is not. We're not
and
going,
a pitcher. And
we're
a pitcher.
We're not going off of potential here. She has done it. She is 44-2 with a career 1.00 earned run average.
And just think of the competition that she was throwing against.
Just the luxury. Oh, absolutely.
So she's going through. She's pitching in College World Series.
Yeah.
So she's pitching as the best of the best.
Yeah. So. It's going to be good. All right, that'll do it for us. Oh, you want? Okay, so hold on. Rico wants to say something.
Just real quick. So in the 2021 recruiting class, Nebraska, the state of Nebraska, had the number 1 softball player in Jordy Ball and the number 2 volleyball player in Lindsey Krause. The only reason she fell from number 1 to number 2 is because Kennedy Orr took over that number 1 spot. Mm-hmm. Lindsey Krause, Jordy Ball know each other from high school, but that's just the 2021 recruiting class, number 1 and number 2 in 2 different sports. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely legit. Big pickup, program changing, and you talk about the trajectory and what the outlook is for next season. A super regional is well within reach. Super regional and potentially a women's.
I'm going to watch some
series.
softball. Can't wait.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks to Bill and Sip for hanging out with me. Sorry that I started the show 16 seconds early today.
Minute 16.
16 seconds early today, but that'll do it for us. For Steve Sipple and Coach Bush, I'm Nick Sainer. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open